Welcome, everyone. We just had a satsang for over 2 hours now. But I made the promise to record something because it's been a few months, quite a few months, we haven't recorded or posted anything on Ishvara Puri Sanman. So let me record a few words. I will repeat what I said before. Why? Because it is a true. And that true is love is all there is. I really discovered that love is all there is, ultimately. And if you have love, you have everything. And if you do not have love, you have nothing. That is my discovery. Love is all there is. I heard those words many decades ago and spoken by someone, and I do not follow that master anymore, but I have to agree that what he said is true. Love is all there is. If you have love, you have everything. And if you do not have love, you have nothing. I said this before, my master, Ishvara Puri, Mr. Puri, he asked me about in Las Vegas. We were sitting, we were checking your suite, right? He came over, was that Venetian, I think? So he was looking at the window, what kind of view we have. And he was sitting by the table. And he asked me, what is more important, true or love? He actually asked me this question, he was sitting and he's looking at me and he said, what is more important? Cezary, what is more important? True or love? And I was just about to say true, right? But something in me said love. And he said, yes, love. So I realized that in the moment that actually this unconditional love, this pure love, it's a most important aspect. Why? Because this is expression of the soul. Mind cannot create that. Mind can try and do millions of different creations and never ends. It's infinite in that aspect. So you may say, but it cannot create love. That love flows from the soul. So anytime you have experience of that pure love, like I had experience when I was in his presence, and I had this experience, I have to admit, in the presence of many of you. That was after Master already passed away. I thought, okay, well, Master just passed away, right? All these experiences we had, all this pure love, crying through the interviews, all that. Okay, what now? Well, I discovered that this doesn't end. So these experiences will continue. This love, even when the master passed away, your master, and this experience can continue if you want to, because this is experience of the soul, and this is a different expression than just what we speak about here. But I also find out that when I say I love you, my master speaks about, okay, I love you, and then, well, I don't love you, or I hate you too, right? You know, all these different human expressions. But please understand, this is maybe as close as we can express when we say I love you to someone. It's not just metaphor or something unimportant or something not genuine or something we're going to ultimately go back on it. You know, it's not the ultimate expression. I found this to be very important when we say to someone, I love you. This can be pure expression of that ultimate love. Also, there's another aspect I found being with my master. There's another aspect to the soul, to that expression. But this is something different. But the love, it will be as close as we can express ourselves. This other aspect, it may be reserved only for the masters. Now, I never make the claim I am the master or anything like that. I do not make those claims. But being with him, I learned something from him, from my master. I also learned something since the last Bandara about this whole story of 5 rupees and how this applies to all the seekers. If you're really genuine and truthful, and you seek the highest, the story about 2 boys and 5 rupees and 5,000 rupees, it is never-ending story. There was a movie, right? Never-ending story about this boy traveling through these different universes. So I kind of discovered that this may be never-ending story, the story of 5 rupees. What does that mean? That regardless of our physical state and the state of our mind, which plays the huge role, according to some masters, you know, they will look at your mind, how much can you handle? Fakir Chan, Baba Fakir Chan speaks about that, for example. But ultimately, it is this ultimate grace. And I think that ultimate grace is that 5 rupees. But also the seeker have to be at that state of consciousness, at least at that moment, okay? So there's another aspect of when you go to some of these masters, you have to realize that it's not just your singing, state of awareness, your state of awareness, what you're actually singing. It is also the person you sit in front. They have to be at the state of consciousness when they can fulfill what you're seeking. Okay, so this is very important company we keep. So again, I will say love is all there is. If you have love, you have everything. And if you do not have love, you have nothing. Because love is the soul. Even individual soul is pure love, pure light. And even if individual soul has to merge into Paratma, the self, this is a never-ending experience. So I will encourage everyone to have this realization in this life. This is the purpose of your life. If you hear these words, this is the purpose of your life. You will not ever hear these words otherwise, not from me at least. The purpose of your life is to make this last. So when you're on this path, and if you are initiated on this path, if you receive that type of grace, if you got 5 rupees deal and you make the deal with the master, that is eternal. Nothing can challenge that. That is why to be in the presence of the living person is so important. The true friendship can be expressed that way, from person to person. And so is the love. This is how we express. And the love, that love, which cannot be actually described, it cannot be experienced. We may experience this through the heart chakra, energy center in this body, but it really cannot be described, because this is the presence of the soul. This is real you. You are soul. And as a soul, you have no connection with the mind. Please understand, as a soul, and that's who you are, pure light, pure Surat, and Nirat. Surat being the sound aspect of attention, and Nirat will be the part of the light. That's what you are. And that is pure love, pure light. So, but that form, you have no connection with the mind. I learned that from my master and the great master. And I'm on the record saying that, yes, I heard the great master, Hazur Baba Savansen, saying that. And that happened in 2019 when we went to India, Grace and I. So I do not question that. I mean, you may question, how is that possible? How does that work? I mean, the consciousness has to be receptive. The consciousness of the seeker, have to be receptive to that type of experience. So, but according to the great master, and I can quote that, he said, one of the things he said, the first thing he will explain that there are many misunderstandings about the path of Saint Mark. He said that, the great master said that. And he will continue explaining that. But then he said, soul has no connection with the mind. And that was a very important part, because we all think that the mind and soul are kind of mixed together. But oil and water cannot mix together, So the great master said, soul has no connection with the mind. He said, never had, does not have now, and it never will. I'm trying to get as close as I remember what the great master said. And please understand, I'm aware of what I'm just saying. I'm making huge claim, I'm making claim that I heard the great master, in 2019 saying this. The reason I'm saying that, because I did. So did Grace. And I remember later on, we were in Chicago privately with the master. in the house. I won't tell you which house, and that's private, you know. So and I'm sitting with him, and I brought this up. What happened in India? That I spoke to him, to Mr. Puri, about this, and I said, well, this was incredible. I mean, experience. And he was looking at me, and his shiny eyes, and he was laughing. He said, yes, he was so happy that for me, you know. So not only I heard that in India, but all what I said, what I heard, was confirmed by the master later on back in Chicago. So that is the reason I'm even saying this on the open, because yeah, he said yes. So little truths like this, or big, huge, could be a huge truth for some. They can be revealed in all these different situations. So I'm very grateful to him, to my master, for that. And I realize how important is to have a company of the living person. And then I realized that the perfect living master means perfect living master, someone who has a physical form. Because as I explained before, if you have a physical form, and this is the only form you can have a self-realization, so to speak, according to Sant teachings, the only two forms, form of perfect being, which we will call a Satpurush, and form of the human being, which we call man or woman, and here, and someone having human form, human body. These are only two forms you need that to realize, to have self-realization. The form which is an ultimate free choice of creation, and form who has ultimate free choice as a human being. Even if we're going to say this is an illusion of free choice, it is still free choice. Even if it's predestined and pre-written. So these are two forms. We have to be born in a human body. So it's an incredible gift. And when you in the presence of the master, like my master was, and received that initiation, that is the biggest gift in all the universes. There's no bigger gift. It has nothing to do with how you look. It has nothing to do with are you perfect? Are you perfect in the body, or are you a sinner, or you're not a sinner? We all here have a good and bad karma, including the masters. Master himself that told us, he taught all grace, if I'm a sinner too, right? If I wasn't a sinner, I wouldn't be able to be with you here right now. So we have all these misunderstandings about who these masters are, how perfect has to be the body, how perfect has to be the mind, how perfect the life has to be. I had a friend, a very good friend. He passed away now, so I can kind of refer to him. But there were so many things happening, and he went to the master. He went to my master, and he gave him a question. And the question was, would the perfect living master ever lie to someone? I know this is very controversial. I may have to cut this out. But he did. He went to Mr. Puri and he asked him this question. Would the perfect living master ever lie to anyone? I mean, and his answer was, that depends who they talking to. That was my master's answer. Well, that all depends who they are talking to. So so it's a very interesting answer to the very interesting question. And so my friend told me this, because he had some demands to the master, and he made a kind of ultimatum to the master: either do this or if you don't, then I, you know. So of course, master still went by his will. Anyway, so how genuine are you? How genuine are we when we go to this masters? Are we like totally genuine with them, or we try to deceive them? Please understand that you will never be able to deceive by PLM. Never. This is not possible, because that is the connection with the source. That is the self. That is the real you. It's you, the real you. So you cannot deceive that. Mind cannot deceive that. So anyway, so I'm trying to record something so we can post on the Ishvara Sanmat. The other aspect is we are all souls. Even as individual souls, we all equal. Anyone in this group, we all soul. And to be initiated into this path, really, by really receive the initiation, which is very rare. I was explaining that is like that is the true, to receive true initiation. It is very rare. So you have to be a soul, okay? If you're not the soul, I was wondering about this years ago. How can someone not to be in the soul, just the mind, expression of the mind and the body, which can mimic like a human being, can they be initiated? And I came to conclusion, no, they cannot. I learned they cannot. So I'm very happy to all of those who are in this group, because you are all soul. So I'm very happy about that. I will say, if someone is not the soul, I'm really getting into the to the quicksand area here, right? My point is, this group it's not meant to be huge. Gurbani says, I mean, out of 1,000, only one is called to the path. But it also says, out of 1,000 of those who are called into the path, only one will succeed. The 6 scriptures I am referring to, which I read a little bit, of course, the English translation, and I found amazing. So much true, it's like so much knowledge in those scriptures. So that was years back. So I am very happy to have your darshan. So in this bandara, we're gonna have on December 23rd and 22nd here in Sedona. We're all trying to make it happen, even with restrictions which are coming up. And I'm referring to here to the travel restrictions. Pranay just sent us huge gift, telling us that what's happening in Bangalore right now, all these restrictions in India for travel they putting up. But still, we're trying to have to work in a good faith, that everything miracles happen, like Suviksha said, and I agree with her. She's correct. Miracles happen. We've seen them happen. But for those who are gonna attend the bandara and those who cannot, we have a gift for you, and something very precious. Something very precious, and there's been an ongoing project from Ishvapuri Sanma. Quite a few people involved in it, and it was just completed, more or less. So we like to keep this a surprise and a secret. I promise to do that. I would like to spill the beans, like right now. I mean, but I have to keep my word and keep the secret. So thank you very much. I will end this recording, Nick. Sure. Okay. Rather